When the wind flows, it doesn't stop at the border and does immigration. Nor does the water that has been flowing for centuries, for millions and millions and millions of years, boundarylessly. So this boundlessness of nature is what connects us together. And that is what we are celebrating here. Today at this conference, we're celebrating our culture, our shared culture as well as our diversity. We're celebrating our civilization. We're celebrating our art, our friendship, our tourism. We're celebrating our humanity. We're celebrating life. And I'm very grateful to you for inviting us all here and putting us together to celebrate it. China has been our iron friend. Not from now, from always. In good and bad times, if there's one country that has stood by Pakistan, it has been China. China has helped us build our ports. China has helped us build our roads. China has helped us build our rail infrastructure. When I was flying and I saw the glaciers and I saw the rivers and the waterways and I saw the green pastures and I saw the flowers and the fragrance, it was almost like this place was a paradise on earth. So if there is any paradise on earth, it's in Xizang. If there is any paradise in this world, it's in Lindsay. If there is any paradise in this world, it's in Lhasa. These glaciers, these water flows, they connect our humanity. Because winds and waters and glaciers and wildlife, they don't have any nationality. They don't know any borders. Because the glaciers that you see, they connect us together. We have 13,500 glaciers. And as many glaciers are in China and all of the neighboring countries. So these glaciers are at the heart of our civilization. But ladies and gentlemen, have no illusion. This civilization, these glaciers are under threat. As we develop and our greenhouse gas emissions increase, our temperatures rise. As the temperatures rise, the glaciers melt, and when the glaciers melt, we are dealt with what is the lifeline for us becomes devastation. The floods, the devastation that comes from these floods, the floods followed by droughts, followed by floods, followed by droughts, is because of the treatment that we are giving to our climate. Just over the past 15 years, 6,000 people have died in Pakistan just because of floods. 6,000 people. These many people have not even died in a single war that we have fought. And what is happening to these glaciers right now shall happen to the Arctic in 50 to 100 years. And then we would be beyond the point of inflection. So now is the time to do research and treat these glaciers with care, much as our friends in China are doing. I visited the village, I'm blanking out on the name, the village yesterday. Everywhere I go, I hear development versus climate and environment. But this is one place where they're not at odds with each other. There's a whole new way of living that comes from the villages that I've seen over the past couple of days, where development and nature are not at odds with each other. It is so fantastic to see that you've built a whole new ecology of how to take nature and development and prosperity and well-being together. And it's a fantastic experience. And it's given me all kinds of new ideas in terms of how not to look at nature as something that we consume from development. Nature is development, and that's what you have shown. So I personally think that there's a tremendous opportunity for us to work together in these glaciers, in these rivers, in this ecology. That research is not taking place. That transboundary research is not taking place. Individual fragmented researches are taking place in various countries, but our togetherness is not being researched. So I propose three things. First, I propose a green university, a virtual green university that puts us together. We all put our resources and our heads and our scholarships together to do the research from the ecological perspective, from the economic perspective, from the climate change perspective, from the glaciers perspective. And all of the great graduate students and PhD students and postdoc students in China and the great universities of China and the great universities in the neighboring countries, let's put all of this scholarship together. And let's create a green virtual university and actually do real research in terms of what is happening to us, to all of us together. Because from that, the Arctic shall learn. And from that, we'd be able to work on climate and do things that are material and substantive. Let's create a revolution of startups across the region, a whole belt, and we call it Greenfield. And we build it up and unleash the power of the youth. And the last, which is probably the most difficult, is what I'm calling green cloud. A lot of IP that is coming out is not coming out from the private sector. It is coming out from public universities. How about putting all of the public university work and intellectual property? All of that comes from the taxpayers into a green cloud and give it free access to anyone who wants to tap in and do something creative. Do something, leverage human ingenuity to what we are finding out in the scientific corridors. So between a green university and a green cloud and a green field, I think there would be a revolution brewing. Remember, I started my conversation with a description of this young, very beautiful, very pretty girl who always said, Tibet, that's what's beautiful, and that's how I become beautiful. I recently bumped into her, and she wasn't that beautiful. She was diabetic, she had arthritis. The pain of abuse and carelessness and not treating herself with care was showing on her face, was showing in the way she was. These glaciers are no different. If you don't treat them with care, if you are careless, they would also not stay as beautiful as they are. So this is our environment. This is our climate.